Welcome back to West Coast Football Fridays. It's that time of the evening to break down our game of the week. This week's matchup features the 1-2 Narbonne Gauchos of Harbor City in the LA City section, taking on 2-1 Serra Cavaliers of Gardena in the southern section. As always, I'm joined by a couple of our in-house experts here at the NFHS Network West Coast offices. On the far end, Coach Robert Fields, and in the middle, we call him the bearded wonder, Brian Bilvin. I'll turn to you first, Brian. As we look at Narbonne, they're coming from the LA City section, like I said. They feature a couple players on offense that maybe give them a chance to come away with an upset on the road against Serra.
Yeah, Narbonne's offense is led by junior quarterback Roman Ale, who has thrown 9 touchdown passes in the first 3 games, and junior running back Sean Riley, who's averaging over 100 yards per game. And these guys are very explosive. This offense is putting up 33 points per game, and it's really been the backbone of this Narbonne team through the first 3 weeks.
And on the other side, for Serra, Robert, they lose a couple big-name players, Adoree Jackson, one of them last year, but they still have a couple of top recruits across the country this year.
Yeah, they graduated those 9 players last year, but they have retooled, so to speak, as they have Malik Robertson, who's back from ACL injury last year, and their defense is outstanding along the line. They have Rasheem Green and John Houston as a defensive tackle and linebacker, so a couple great national recruits on their side of the ball.
Now, in this game specifically, Brian, Narbonne, you talked about their offense. Their defense a little bit of a concern, though.
Yeah, the Narbonne defense, don't let that 1-2 record deceive you. They've played against 2 of the top teams in the state in the last couple of weeks in Long Beach Poly and Alameda. So those 2 losses were against very tough opponents, one of them on the road at Poly. But their defense has been giving up 40 points per game this season. So if there's one area where they are susceptible, it's on the defensive side. So I think that's going to be the huge matchup here. How does the Narbonne defense match up against the Serra offense?
And now the defense for Serra, Robert, you touched on it a little bit, but you got to think that's one of their strong points this year to maybe let them go on a run in that tough Pac-5 division in the southern section.
Yeah, I think their defense is probably one of the best defenses in the state. Again, the aforementioned Green and Houston, and then you add in a transfer in Stanley Norman. That linebacking core and defensive front 4 is going to be tough for anyone to run on and pass on as well. They had a transfer in as a secondary as a cornerback. They're going to be very tough for any team to put up points on. I know that they average 33 points. They're not going to get anywhere close to that in this ball game.
Well, let's go ahead and make our predictions, gentlemen. Narbonne, the number 27 team in the state. Serra, number 22. Who do you guys like in this one? Again, the game at Serra.
Robert, you want to go for it?
I'll go for it. They give up 40 points a game. I think easily Serra scores 40 points in this game. They're going to get their offense rocking and rolling, and they're only going to give up maybe a touchdown, maybe 2. So I'm going 40-14 as a final score in this one. Won't even be close.
I am on the other side of the fence here. I think this Narbonne offense is going to be able to put up points. They've been doing it all season long. I got Narbonne going on the road, pulling off the upset, 28-27 in a close one against Serra.